So I got this. Of course, like always, the 1 Year's Beginner's Handbook. We're doing week 8, day 4. Sorry, level 8, week 1, day 4. And it is the second leg day. We are doing barbell deadlift. I might just turn that into Romanian deadlift today. We'll see how I'm feeling after a warm up. Then some kind of squat. It's supposed to be dumbbell front squat, but I might just turn that into something else. Dumbbell reverse lunges, which I already did reverse lunges, so I might do Bulgarians. And then seated calf raises, which I did standing calf raises on Tuesday, so this will be a good kind of comparison. And then core, which of course we're skipping for at least this week, so I'll write that down. Boom, boom. And let me know if you guys can see this. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to be moving this anyway. What? There we go. Nice and thick. Leg day of fun. You guys read that? We're at a weird angle, but you guys can read that. So, we're going to do deadlift, 3x10. I might do barbell. I might do sumo from the ground. Normally I do it right here, so we'll find out where we're doing it. And then I'll probably do goblet squat. Goblet squat. 3x10. What's next? Reverse lunges? But we're going to change that to Bulgarians. Yeah. Bulgarians. 3x10 each. And then seated calf. Now, how does that all look? You guys can read that, but I think I'm going to move you guys. So, brand new markers. All right. Is everybody gearing up for an awesome weekend? I normally am not going to stream on Fridays, but I had to because, well, I didn't have to. I played Magic on Wednesday, so I pushed everything back 2 days. Pushed Thursday and Friday back a day. I'm going to slam this and then try to figure out how I'm going to deadlift in this confined space. And I'll find out. Who's with me? Ooh, that last little bit was strong. I might be able to move this. I got my gloves. Don't you worry. We're not going without these. Also, I don't have the VOD from yesterday's workout up yet. I tried editing it a different way because I film it on a different camera, and that films, I think, in 4K, so the file size was massive. So it took a very long time to upload. It's like 30 gigs, which is huge. Stuck. All right. Let's find out. Put this here for now. I think I need to move you guys. Now, how would be the best way to do this? Still getting set up. And then I think I need to lower you guys. Is that all right for deadlift? Ooh, I don't know. Oh, we'll be right here. Yeah, but that'll be standing up out of the shot. Can't have that, so let's back you up. As you can see, I am not a professional. That looks better. What up, bird? Hold on. Swole leg press is throwing everything off. I normally had this mat right here, but with that, I can't. Maybe I can. Let me see. Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. Oh, there we go. I might need to adjust the camera a little bit more, but this is my deadlifting space. I still want to adjust you guys, but oh no! Man down. How are we looking? No, still not good. God damn it. I'm not liking this landscape thing. Man down, exactly. Alright. How's that? I feel like that's as good as we're gonna get. I can't see you guys. How's the audio back there? Yeah, so if I put you over there, it'd be a sick thing. But here, let's do an empty. I might actually use my Versa grips too. Taking everything off. Good? Perfect. Perfect. Alright, warming up for deadlift. I'm gonna do some sumos. I'll probably take my boots off too. So the other day I did reverse lunges. Crouched down like I'm talking to kids. The other day I did reverse lunges and I made a joke that I took my shoes off because it didn't make any difference, just because they were heavy. But today I'm deadlifting with my boots off because there's like an extra inch of space, and so that gives me, taking my boots off gives me more depth essentially. So that's why I'm taking them off. Some people argue that you get better grip to the floor and it helps you pull from the ground. I don't think that's true. So I'm just doing it because it makes me shorter, essentially. And I like to do sumo. So what I do is my feet are pointed at roughly 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And then I try to line my shins up with the lines in the knurling. Why? Just because I found that that fits best. And then I just come straight down. Try to have a nice upright squat position. Stand up. There we go. Make sure you got shorts on still. You don't want to get flagged. But with the amount of guys asking for my OF, maybe I would make more money doing that. Alright, that was a good warm up. It's really important when lifting barefoot or with your socks on to not drop weights on your feet. I don't know if this will be my first working set or not. We'll find out. Man, it's like cold, but then I get hot lifting. We finally turned the heat on. We're hosting a Halloween party tomorrow, so I feel like we had to, but we turned it on today. I think it was 58 in our house when we turned it on. Alright. So, boom. I gotta step back because there's a big crack in this concrete and it's uneven. So now you can see my shins are kind of in line with the knurling, or the lines on the knurling. Feet are pointing out. It's more like 10 and 2, but, and then come down, grab, stand up. Alright, yeah, I'm not doing 10. 4. 5. That's all we're doing. We're doing 5. That look good? That look good, gang? Yes, it did. There we go. Oh, I'm already over it. So, you know, sometimes showing up is just the hardest part. That's where I am today. I want to put a belt on for fun. to. This isn't heavy, but also, like I said, I'm not feeling 100%, so I don't want any unnecessary injury. Boom. You feeling all right? Oh, I can't get my heart rate. It's too. You guys feeling good? Having a good Friday, good kickoff to the weekend. Oh, I seriously was almost falling asleep on the couch before this. I didn't take my pre-workout in time, so it'll kick in during calves probably. We'll see how this feels. That's bad for me. Fuck, I'm staying there, guys. That wasn't fun. That was not fun. Did that look fun? It didn't feel fun. All right. So, if you're a first-time viewer, this is my first week back, at least since early summer, and I've been hitting, this is my 4th day this week, so yeah, it is a blast. So, definitely going in light, more dramatic lighting. Going through, not necessarily going through the motions, but taking it easy this week. This week and next week I'll probably go easy, hopefully up the weight next week, and then the following week, like week 3, I might start adding in like core and other stuff, extend the workouts a little bit. But until then, we're taking it easy. Until then, we're taking it easy. Yeah, wasn't I benching this on Monday? Man, it doesn't help that I barely ate today. I'm coming up with a lot of excuses. Long story short, I'm weak and I don't like it. But that's why we're here, right? I will say I've lost a lot of weight because I was here, possibly here starting off. Now I'm back down here. And I could squeeze to go one more if I was lifting heavy. So, 45 pounds, 46 pounds will do to you. Alright, last set. These toothpicks built. Ah, shit, a fucking shingle. It's not even heavy, it just feels heavy. Does it feel good? Oh. Next is Goblet Squat. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna use one dumbbell for that. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something first. So, not only are you going to have a lifting buddy, but we're going to learn too. Alright, where are we? Back down there? So, a lot of people, when they deadlift, they do it wrong. So, pop quiz. Why is it called deadlift? Exactly. It's because you're lifting from a dead stop position, right? Meaning the bar isn't moving. And so, where a lot of people go wrong is they do their first rep. You know, you're setting up, you don't have a choice. It's going to be in a dead position, pretty much. And so they'll lift it up, then they'll come down, bounce it, and come back up. And trying to build off that momentum. And that can throw you off in a lot of ways. If you're using bumpers on an appropriate floor, you will actually get a bounce, and chances are the bounce isn't going to be even, and so the barbell is going to be kind of teetering. That can throw you off, and you're not getting the most out of the deadlift, to where if you're going to try to play off the bounce, you should just do like a Romanian deadlift. And so don't drop the weight between each set or between each rep. Some people do that, and I think those are just gym bros. But do your rep, you know, pick it up, come down, touch, boom, you know, not slamming it, not playing off the bounce, but I'm also not just sitting here. If you need to readjust, you can readjust, but don't play off the bounce. All right, what are we doing now? Squats. I'm probably gonna put my boots back on. I think I can move you guys back in the normal position. Wait. Alright, give me 1 second, chat. How does that sound? Oh, Bert, I actually didn't read that. If you said that before I said it, then yes, you're right. How are we? We're gonna be right here, so. Oh, fucking hell. That's a good clip. See, this is why I'm not a professional streamer. And luckily you didn't get a peek under the shorts, or else I get canceled. Yeah, thanks, Bert. Alright, I'm gonna kick you guys back just a little bit more. I think I need to come up with a better plan here. Any videographers in the chat that know how I can do this easier? All ears. I don't think that light's actually doing anything anymore. Alright. I was trying to keep it PG. Boom. Alright. That's as good as we're gonna get, unless I kick you guys back just a hair. There we go. Cool. So, goblet squat. Is very similar to a regular squat, but you keep one dumbbell, one weight. You can use a kettlebell. Most of the time I think you're supposed to use a kettlebell, but we don't have that. Keep it, holding it like a goblet. I've seen other people hold it this way, but this just feels awkward for me. So I like to hold it this way. And then you just do a regular squat. So let me see if I can stand back. See, I also have my boots on. Gives me that elevated heel, which is what you don't want with deadlift, but you do want here. So we're gonna go for 10. And you can hear my ankles and knees crack. That's how you know it's working. 10. Put the weight down gently. That's only 30 pounds. So keeping it nice and easy here. Yeah, we're having our Halloween party tomorrow. It's a white trash bash, so we're making a lot of festive dishes and snacks. Pretty much every major food in my childhood is considered white trash. Who would have thunk? But that's our culture. Actually, my post on Instagram today, the hot take, that picture is the outfit that I'm wearing. I took a selfie of what I was gonna wear when I got it in the mail. I need a second. I need a cigarette, you know? So, kind of going off what I was talking about earlier, about how I'm kind of slowly rolling things in. I haven't worked out in a while, so I want to make things easy. That is a big philosophy of how we program for our clients. And so I always preface this with our clients by saying, at least the first phase, the first 2 to 4 weeks, we want things to be too easy. I want all of our clients to say, I can do more, I can do more, I can do more, especially during the first couple weeks, because that's very motivating, where it's like, let's add another exercise, let's add another set, let's ramp up the weight. That's very motivating, right? That makes you feel like you're a hard ass, because you are, rather than creating an optimized workout program right out the gate that runs your ass into the ground and you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, what did I just sign up for? And so slowly roll things in, and this is the same philosophy that we use with our clients. And our workout compliance rate is actually really good because we make things almost too easy. And besides, if you're like me right now, or if you haven't worked out in months, years, decades, that doing anything is better than nothing. So you don't need an optimized workout program. You need something that you're going to actually do. And so we try to really lower those barriers by making it feel like it's too easy. And it works. That's honestly a large part of what makes our programs a lot different. We make things easy to start with, and we do a lot of hand holding in the beginning, because I know a lot of our clients need that in the beginning. All right. Second set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, whoops. Good, good. We feeling good, gang? We feeling good? I think that pre-workout starting to kick in, my blood's starting to flow more. I'm waking up a little. I still want a break though. Oh, update. Leg press, no update. Still a hunk of metal. Trust me, I will be posting it all over the internet as soon as I get this bad boy up and running. I don't know, I think there was like a big storm overseas that really delayed shipments. So I think that got affected by it. But It also hasn't been updated since, what was it, October 8th? October 12th, I think is when it was. Oh, so, yeah. Fun times. All right. Last set, go for 10. Yep. If you're not cracking in the ankles and knees, it's not working. That's a joke. What was that, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa. Bulgarians next. Those are balls. All right. Actually, when I was an in-person trainer, I'd always lose count of a client when they're doing their form. What up, Teeks? I'd always, let me back up. I'd always forget because I'm sitting there circling them like a shark, watching their form, seeing how their knees are and everything like that, and they'll be like, is that 7 or 8? I'll be like, you got 2 more. So I actually started keeping count on my fingers, just like manually. So if they ask me, I can be like, that was 8. So I don't have to do that anymore. I can't even keep track of my own reps. So, nice, good, good. We went shopping for our Halloween party. Then I came back and almost fell asleep on the couch while playing Pokemon, and here we are. And then after this, I will be helping Bird clean and panic prep for the night. What are you playing? I'm gonna put this stuff over here. I like how as soon as I put my gloves on, I took them right off. Also, if you want this, free PDF in our Discord. Nice. What, in what game? Oh, nice. Nice. Heck yeah. That's Dead by Daylight, right? Is that the one that's 1v4? 1 monster versus 4 players? Alright, how is this? Let's do this. Alright, gang, we're doing Bulgarians, everyone's favorite. I actually do want to get my feet in this. Heck yeah, I don't think I've ever played it. I think I downloaded it once to play with friends and then we just never did. Alright, so Bulgarians, there's 2 ways to set your foot. Most people will do this, and a lot of times it's a very small point of contact and you're left unbalanced. You can also put the tops of your foot or like your shoelace on, and it gives you more base of support. And ideally, you want to be far enough out to where you're going to come down into a lunge position like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then just find that foot, replace it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy balls. That was not fun. I gotta do that again. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What Halloween event was it? You guys playing a lot of, because they have a lot of the slasher horror guys in there, right? Like Jason and Michael Myers. Oh, that got me going. I need a break. Nice, heck yeah. I've heard good things about that game, but I've never played it. Bird out of the pretzel's coming. Man, that set got me. Kicked my ass. Alright. Next set. Also, after how are the pretzels? The pretzel cigarettes. After this set, I'm going to show you how to properly do lunges. A lot of people do those wrong. I started with. I'm going to start with this. Anytime I do something with alternating sides, I like to alternate what side starts. Why? OCD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, my nose. This whole thing is sliding on me. Oh, alright. Oh, feeling good still? Alright. Give me a second to catch my breath and I'll teach you how to do lunges. I think I will. I think I can. I think I can. No, I can't. Because you really need to see my feet. Alright, so what's going on up here, it doesn't matter, it's my feet. So a lot of times when people lunge, they will lunge with they'll put their back foot behind their front foot, or if you're doing a forward lunge, you'll lunge with your front foot in line with your back foot. So that puts you into a tightrope, and if you can see, that can cause a lot of stress on your knee. And so to counteract that, you just take your hip width, stand with your feet hip width apart, and then lunge back into that position. So see how my feet are still relatively hip width, and I come down, knee still over toes, and back up. And the same thing with front lunge, which you can't quite see. But so if you feel like you're having knee pain when lunging, or if you catch yourself really off balance, just keep an eye on where that lunging foot is, whether you're doing forward or reverse lunges. Always try to be hip width. Boom. There. Does that count as my third set? It'd be really cool if it did. Is that good? Is that good, chat? Gang, peeps, what do you want me to call you? Bird doesn't like chat. Alright. Last set. I started with my left foot. Again, I like to put the top of my foot down because it increases the base of support. These boots are a little funky, but if you have regular shoes on, it'll be easier. And the knee is in line with toes, not going in or out.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. God damn. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 fucking balls. Let me get censored. You can tell you're fatiguing because you put your hand on your knees and push off that. That's very much me. It's like 40 degrees and I'm sweating. So, all right, next is seated calf raises. Those are fun. Those are fun and something everybody can do. Well, you have to have weight. Drop this a little bit. Oops. There we go. All right, give me a second and I'll do this. Let's chat about something. What do you want to talk about? How about I had a call with, or I had a chat with my content manager. She helps me with content. It's about like 50-50 right now on who's posting, me or her. And I was talking about how it's kind of almost taboo to weigh yourself. And people are like, you get anxious over the numbers, you stress over the numbers, the number on the scale isn't even a good indicator of progress, blah, blah, blah. And part of that's true, right? Like you can hyperfixate on the numbers, you can get scale anxiety to where it's causing you a lot more pain to step on the scale, and weighing less frequently could be beneficial. And for some people, the number on the scale isn't the best indicator of progress, but if you're 300 pounds, the biggest thing that you should be focusing on is lowering that number on the scale. 300 pounds is 300 pounds, whether it's 300 pounds of muscle or 300 pounds of fat. That is all force, or that is all pressure and stress on the heart. So it's not like you're trying to lose 20 pounds and some of that can be regained by muscle. It's, no, we need to drop you 80 pounds. And stepping on the scale regularly can be very helpful for that because of two reasons. One, you are constantly being mindful of what you're eating because you have a weigh-in the next day, essentially. And so if you're always going to be stepping on the scale the next day, you are going to be more mindful of what you're eating, not overly restricting, but just being more mindful of what you're eating because you have to keep yourself accountable that way. Number two, it gives you a rolling 7-day average. Because if you weighed in once a week, your body naturally fluctuates roughly 1% of your weight. So for our example, they can be plus or minus 3 pounds, which is significant. And so let's say week 1, they're weighing in on the low end of that fluctuation, and then 7, 8 days later, they weigh in again on the higher end of that fluctuation, and it shows they gained a pound, when in reality, they could actually be down 2 pounds. It's just within that degree of error. And so if you weigh in every single day, it gives you that 7-day average to where we can see a more gradual trend. So that is why my hot take is you're not weighing yourself enough. And I lost what we were doing. Seated calf raises. What'd you say, bird? Yeah, that's true. That is true. I actually think I made a post about throwing a bunch of D&D books in your backpack and going for a walk with it. This weight looks good. This weight looks heavy. Ooh. Alright, so what you want to do here, You want to put the weight right on the edge of your knees, right on top of your knees, so that weight's directly over your calves, or your feet, I should say. You can use 2 dumbbells stacked on top of your knees. I'm using 1 because this is the first thing I saw. So again, if you just bought a whole big 24 pack of diet sodies, you can slap those bad boys on your knees. And then what we're gonna do, just come up. This is pretty light, so I'm gonna squeeze at the top, come down, touch. Give me a second. Hit stop. Whoa. Okay. So come up, get a good squeeze, come down. Situations like this, you can make it so that way your heels get like a hair's width from the floor without actually touching, and then just come up. So that way, you're keeping that tension on your calves as much as possible. What's the difference between standing and seated calf raises? Great question. So doing standing, I'm not going to keep count. So doing standing works, your calves are essentially 2 muscles. Your gastrocnemius and your soleus. And so, although both do fire both times, seated and standing, standing hits your gastroc a little bit more, and seated hits your soleus a little bit more, because your soleus innervates or attaches below the heel, if I'm not mistaken. It becomes, it becomes more used while your leg is bent, because your gastroc is slack because it attaches a little bit higher above the knee. Oh, gotta go. Let's do one more. Okay. This could also be a good one to do single leg. This is also a really regressed version than standing. So you could do this seated. You could do one seated, then another. And it takes a lot of stress off of your knees and ankles and everything, but it still allows you to work your calves, because we all want good meaty calves. Some of us can just dream and hope and pray, because I do not have good calves. Maybe I should have calves more often. That was first set. There's something else I want to talk about. I do want this to be like, follow along workouts, but I also want you guys to learn. I taught in college during my grad program, and I really enjoyed it. And I really like when people ask questions, because that shows to me that you are an active participant in whatever program it is you're doing, whether you're working with us or you're working on your own. You're trying to learn the process and learn the steps and use that knowledge to better yourself, rather than just printing off a program online or just being like a yes or no sort type of person, where you just say, hey, tell me what to do and I'll do it. I hate when people tell me that, because there's a difference between, hey, I really trust you, so if you say we should do this, we can give it a try, and I don't want to think about it, I don't even want to do it, just tell me what to do and I'll do it, because I don't have the mental energy to even think about things. And people who fall in that latter camp really are not ready to make a change, right? They want you to do all the work, and program design and everything like that, which is fine. That's what we're here for. We're here to take that mental burden off of you, but you are the ones who are doing the workouts, right? And so we want you to be an active participant in the program design, because that shows that you're going to do that. It's a higher likely chance that it's going to be appropriate, because you're the one helping with the program, so you can say, yeah, that works. No, I don't like that exercise. Let's swap that out. Can we do this versus that? Rather than just tell me what to do and I'll do it, because you're not even putting forth the mental energy in helping with the program design. So you're setting the program up for failure by not even taking that first step. And so that is why I love when people ask me questions. Plus, a big part of my philosophy is we want you to be successful in perpetuity, right? We don't want to coach you forever. I don't want to be a coach forever. And so we want our clients to learn and develop the tools and skills to be successful till the ultimate end of the line, which is our last day on earth. And you do that by being an active participant, by asking questions, by learning, rather than just being a passive entity and just doing whatever written on the paper or whatever in the app. And so ask questions, learn, always ask why. I love when people ask me why, because it gets to just like one extra layer of depth to things. And I really enjoy when people do come up with things like, hey, I saw this, what are your thoughts on this, etc., etc. I really enjoy that. Because I like educating. I really, really, really enjoy educating people. I love teaching. And I think that's part of what I'm meant to do. That's why I was essentially put on this earth to do. Spread my, I was going to say something appropriate. Spread my knowledge, I'll say. 6. I think that was 6. Am I keeping track, guys? Are you keeping count? No, I'm not. 6. I said that was 6 like a long time ago. Yeah. This is really lightweight, so I'm not really feeling it, but we'll get there. Boom! I know Alex Hormozy does calves at the beginning of every workout. Maybe I should do that. He's got good calves. How we doing, gang? We having fun? Yeah. This is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, a bit of a rant, but I like when people tell me that they can't afford to be healthy, and then I ask them how many times you're eating out in a week, and they'll say like 8 to 10, and then, you know, if you math that out, that's like, you know, $600 to $800 a month that they're spending on fast food, and then they say they don't have the funds to eat healthy or buy equipment or invest in the coaching, when everything that we do is a lot less than that. So that's a pet peeve of mine. Okay, one more set. Anybody got any big plans going on this weekend? We got that party tomorrow, and then I think Sunday is vegging out and relaxing. I'm going to try to play as much Pokemon as possible. I've really, really been slacking on that. No pun intended. Alright. Hopefully it doesn't roll onto my toes. I was worried about that last set. Ready? Man. Shoot. Are you bird? 5. Oh, it's our neighbor. Our neighbor's talking to their dog. 8. 9. Let's keep going. You know my favorite thing is waking up to a calf cramp. Those are fun. Normally that means I didn't drink enough water. And actually lately I haven't been drinking hardly any water. Oh, I think, where's my water? Right there. I think this is the most I drank actual water, just plain water today. Like I said yesterday, I think I'm coming down with a cold, but I'm hitting it with Dayquil and NyQuil pretty hard. Like I'm taking Dayquil about twice a day, and then I take NyQuil at night, obviously. And it's really just, hopefully not prolonging it, but I think it's nipping it early. And so it's been helping a lot. Although I'm low energy, I haven't been like getting sick. I just have a little bit of that raspiness, that dry throat, and a little bit of nasalness going on, whatever now, a little bit of drainage here. But nothing crazy. So that's good. You could also put that 2x4 that I did on Tuesday, staring right at it. You could put that there, give yourself a little bit more depth, give you a little bit more of a stretch in the old calf. But this really isn't doing it for me. What do they say? It's like kissing your cousin. I'm probably going to yell at by bird for that one, but it's okay. Oh. Yeah, I told you. Alright. I think my grandpa told me that one. Back when he was politically incorrect. Alright. So, last piece is, we were talking about how weighing yourself has kind of been a bit of a taboo. People also feel the same way about tracking calories. I think just generally people don't like numbers, and so then they say, oh, it's unhealthy. Numbers are bad, right? When in reality it's data. And the more data, the better for the most part. And I made this post like a month ago or 2 months ago about a client, or not a client, a buddy who was telling me, he's like, man, I cannot lose weight. I was like, dude, you're eating too much, right? But if you're not losing weight, by default, you're either in a caloric maintenance, if you're staying the same, or you're in a surplus if you're gaining. And he's like, I'm eating nothing but healthy food. I was like, it doesn't matter. You can still eat too much of healthy food. And I was like, how many calories are you eating? He's like, I don't know, I don't track. And I was like, all right, well, download this app. I told him to download Lose It. That's the app that I like using. You can use another app, ideally not MyFitnessPal because they lock their barcode scanner behind a paywall, so screw them. But download a free app, start tracking your calories. It's not as hard as a lot of people think it is. And he did that right there. We were about to play D&D and he busted up because he eats the same thing every day. And he told me, he's like, holy shit, my breakfast is over 1,000 calories. He was eating, I don't know how much, but he was eating eggs, avocado, toast, a lot of pecans, and like avocado and pecans, those are pretty calorically dense. So is bread, and eggs are moderate. And so he's like, I'm eating like 1,000 to 1,200 calories just in my breakfast. I was like, there you go. And so that was like, what, 2 months ago? That happened a while ago. And then I had a client tell me just like 2 days ago, he's like, he did the exact same thing. He's like, I know, I saw that post. I eat the same thing. He eats a lot of eggs and stuff for breakfast, and he did the same thing. He tracked his calories, and it was like just over 1,000 or between like 900 and 1,000 calories. And he's like, that's something I wouldn't have realized if I hadn't tracked. So now he's tracking his calories. He's actually using Lose It too. I don't think I told him about that. I think he found it himself. But yeah, tracking calories is not toxic. It's not maladaptive behavior. It's just like tracking calories, or it's just like tracking your finances, it's tracking your budget. Nobody says it's toxic because you have a spreadsheet with your finances on it. And so I think tracking calories is great, especially if you do struggle with eating and losing weight, because a lot of times we don't know how many calories are in things because we haven't built the skill set to learn, and that's totally fine. But tracking calories is a way to build and develop that skill. And it's a way to be more mindful of how calorically dense peanut butter is, for example. You know, peanut butter, avocado, and stuff like that. That's all pretty calorically dense. And so tracking calories is a really good way to shed the light on that when a lot of times it wouldn't. So I think that lecture is going to conclude it for today. That will be on the test. So keep note of that. And then I think we're going to have a fantastic weekend. I hate bending down. I'm going to stand up real quick. I think everybody should have a great weekend. This is a Halloween weekend, or it's not Halloween weekend, but this is the weekend where a lot of people are having Halloween parties. So if you're having a Halloween party, be safe. Have a great weekend. I will be back on Monday doing some kind of upper body. And last plug, if you want the Player's Handbook, the 1-year Beginner's Handbook, it is in the Discord. If you're watching this, you're probably from Discord or you're from Instagram. And so either way, the link to the Discord server is in the bio. It's all completely free. I just want you guys to have good knowledge, good structure to improve your health. And so you guys have a fantastic weekend. And if you need anything, shoot me a text.